A union of professors at City University of New York is facing backlash. The union condemning the state of Israel for attacks on Palestinians and calling for boycotts and divestitures from the Jewish state, also known as the BDS movement. Well, that's a violation of New York Governor Cuomo's 2016 order, which opposes the anti-Israel movement. The group of professors issued this resolution in support of the Palestinian people, saying in part, quote, "The Professional Staff Congress of CUNY cannot be silent about the continued subjection of Palestinians to the state-supported displacement, occupation, and use of lethal force by Israel." It goes on to say the Palestinian struggle for, quote, self-determination is similar to the struggles of indigenous people and people of color in the United States and blacks in apartheid South Africa. Our next guest is a CUNY professor who disagrees vehemently. We'll welcome in now Jeffrey Lax, joining us now. He's a law professor there at City University of New York, CUNY, and the panelists standing by, Jack Kingston, Jen Kearns. Professor, thanks so much for coming on. You're blasting the union's letter here. Tell me why.
Well, they say they can't be silent. I tell you what they can be silent about Hamas firing rockets at civilians in Israel. It's an outrageously one-sided resolution. It literally says that Israel shouldn't be massacring Palestinians. And when you say something like that, you're saying to a democratic ally that they cannot defend themselves when their civilians are being attacked by missiles from a terrorist organization. So that's treating, by the way, in the same resolution, they say they declare themselves not to be anti-Semitic, which is hilarious. And the reason for that, which is hard to believe that they give, is that Israel is and I quote, a diverse nation state. Now, it happens to be true. Israel is 20% Arab, has Arabs on the Supreme Court, and has an Arab majority political parties. But how do you say you're allowed to criticize Israel uniquely and single them out because they're a diverse nation state, and in the same resolution they call Israel apartheid?
You know, a lot of folks have the issue here of a city university faculty getting involved in sanctions of U.S. allies. Jen Kearns, I'll get you to weigh in.
Well, look, it's no secret, Sean, that Israel gets picked on more than the fat kid at recess. I mean, it's sort of the in vogue thing to do these days, is to beat up on Israel. The fact of the matter is Israel is the only real democracy in the Middle East. It protects not only American interests, but interests of other Arab nations. Look at the disaster left by the Obama administration in the Arab Spring. We have failed states and collapsed states like Yemen now having access to Iranian missiles, and not to mention the Iranian nuclear program. Israel is the only country in the Middle East that is protecting not only the United States of America, but the rest of the world from the very aggressive Iranian nuclear program.
Like 10 seconds, I just want to hear from the professor one more time here. Is this illegal, what this union is calling for? Your thoughts?
It definitely violates Cuomo's executive order that you mentioned. And one big thing I just want to point out is they try to get around it by being clever. They say, well, we're only going to discuss BDS. But the end of the resolution says it demands that the U.S. divest from Israel, not provide funding. That is the D in BDS. That's divestment. So it clearly violates the executive order. And what people like me at CUNY who don't feel represented want is for Governor Cuomo to enforce the executive order and decide not to recognize this union anymore as the exclusive bargaining agent of the university.
Professor Jeffrey Lax joining us live there with your thoughts on that. We do appreciate that. Panelist Jack Kingston, I'll get you after this next one here. Jennifer Kearns, stick around.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.